So who's watching the recording? You missed my little intro, but we are going to go into the graphics, so that will be helpful. But anyways, how do I share my screen? So I'm going to share my screen, and I apologize in advance because I checked these out and they're a little bit blurry, but you guys should be able to still be able to see them and screenshot them. So one participant can share at a time. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Share screen. Oh, there I go. Okay, I was like wondering why this wasn't coming up. Okay. I'm really hoping that this shows you guys. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show you guys. So do you see this? Oh, that's not what I want to show you. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, do you guys see this verbiage here? Oh, it's not sharing it. Okay, let me see if I can make it share. Here we go. Okay, so it should be showing you guys an example message. Okay, so this is just some verbiage you can use. So one of the things that you're going to do is you're going to work, you're just gonna, like I said, I made that list of people and you're just gonna start reaching out. You're gonna start messaging. You're gonna start following up. You're gonna try to bring alive those dead conversations. So here's an example of a conversation that maybe kind of dripped off or you haven't heard back from them. And keep in mind, we also have a deal going on. It's the sip and share deal. So that is one that you could also plug into this if you wanted, but I just used kind of the standard what we have going on. I always try to put urgency behind our Give 10, even though we usually have it every month. I try to use urgency because you never know when corporate might take that away. You know what I mean? So, hey, Sally, I know we've been chatting and I just want to check in with it being month end. So I like to make that urgency like it's month end. We have our 10% off deal going right now and I'm wanting to rebate your membership. What do you say? Can we get you all checked out? So it's really important to end with a question. I know it's really easy to be like, if you want to move forward, let me know. You do not have to say anything about rebating a membership. Um, I know it's really popular to work with your upline if you're chasing a goal to rebate a membership. Um, a lot of teams do that. So if that's something you're like, hey, I actually want to like use that plug, talk to your upline, be like, hey, will you do 5 and I'll do 5 and I'll Venmo them. Um, that's a really great way to go about it. Um, sorry, a vehicle started outside. I think it's Oh, that works for us. Okay, sorry, you guys. It's like, who is outside? Okay, so screenshot this message, use it. Like I said, this is a really great way to bring alive conversations that have died, and you want to make sure you leave it open-ended. All right, let's go and pull up another one that I have here. Okay, can you all see, is it sharing the message to Megan? Okay, cool. Hey Megan, how did your trip end up going? I hope the kids had a great start to school. Hey, so listen, with the end of the month fast approaching, again, I like to use some urgency. I wanted to follow up with you and see if you were ready to get started. I know how important losing those 10 pounds are and getting a start to balancing your hormones is. You can, if I have some bad grammar in here, don't feel to fix it. I just want you to imagine accomplishing this in the future and how glad you'll be that you said yes. Are you ready to start? Okay, so here's some things that I did in this message that I want you guys to kind of like think about. So I added the urgency to it. You know, month end is coming. Um, and what I also did is I reflected on the goals that her and I talked about prior. So whatever that might be with someone, maybe someone's been like, my energy is super low. I'm not sleeping really well. I have IBS, like whatever that is, revisit that symptom and bring it to their attention again. And then the second thing I did, and this is something that I have been trying to do more and more, and you kind of got to be bold about it because this is really kind of going layer deep for them. And I think, in my opinion, this right here, I just want you to imagine accomplishing this. To me, this is a cost objection before they even object to you, because you're in a sense vision casting to them. When you are vision casting to them the feeling of getting rid of symptoms that they're struggling with, all of a sudden cost is not weighing on them so heavily. So when they go to bring up that cost objection, you've already introduced this like, hey, I want you to like compare it. Like if 120 days from now, your stomach was better, your IBS symptoms have alleviated, or you're down 5 to 10 pounds, would you say that that investment was like worth it? They're probably going to be like, yeah, I guess it is. So I just started doing this. I was talking to Sharmi about this earlier. We always vision cast with the business, but really try to vision cast with what the products can do as well. Like really try to like ask them to think about, like pretend that today you do not have the health issues that you have right now because you said yes. So this message, I just kind of wanted to show you guys, like you're just planting that little vision in their head, and then you're just simply asking, are you ready to start? Alrighty, so let's go on to another one. Okay, this one's to Lydia. Is Lydia showing? I just want to make sure my screen share is working. Okay. This one's pretty simple. Hi, Lydia. Thanks so much for okay, this leads into what else I wanted to talk about. So the last couple messages I went over were like following up, bringing conversations back to life. So this is a reach out message, and this is something you could do based on people who like your posts. I know Katie Sawyers does this a lot, so kudos to you, but this is a really great way to do a reach out, and you actually have something to go off of because they liked a post of yours. You don't have to be weird about it. Sharmi has a really great way that she does it. She does it really casually. I think she says like, hey, maybe you're just trying to be supportive and you don't care at all, but like, have you ever, like, she keeps it super casual. I'll have to ask her to show you guys, but this is what mine is. Hi, Lydia. Thanks so much for liking my post. You have no idea how much I appreciate the support. I'm curious with your like, are you at all curious or open to chatting about the supplements I share so much about? Very simple, very casual. And like, even if they don't get back to you, if you were to send this message out tomorrow on the 27th, and maybe they don't get back to you in a couple days, send them a follow-up message. Just be like, hey, Lydia, I didn't hear back from you. I was just no hurt feelings if you're not interested, but I just wanted to know where you're at. She might have been like, oh, I didn't. That's the other thing. Make sure you're following up. I maybe I'm a little much, but when I end a message with a question mark, I tell all my friends this. Charmy and Kristen hear this all the time. The adult thing to do is for them to at least tell me no. To be an adult, you can say, no, I'm not interested. So you guys, I will like, hey, did you see my message? Hey, did you see my message? You guys, it's not weird. We're adults. You ask them a question very politely. I've even asked someone like, hey, are you trying to ghost me? Like, and so that's my level of boldness. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I guess I'm making that point because we live in a world right now where distractions are everywhere. And I am just as guilty. Someone will message me something and I'll have every intention to get back to them, or I'll be even excited to get back to them, and something will happen and I won't. And so keep that in mind. It's not that someone's like, I'm not going to reply to that. That's weird. It might be that she had a diaper blowout, or someone almost T-boned her on the highway, or her son called her in the middle of her reading this message. Like it could have been anything. And so I really encourage you guys to always make sure that you are following up as well. Okay, what is this next one? Let's see here. All right. So I know a couple of us have some goals for month end, and I just wanted to share with you guys kind of my message that I like to share with people when I have a goal I'm trying to meet and I'm just being vulnerable with them. Because at the end of the day, our friends do like to help us. They like to know that when they place an order, we're doing a happy dance at the other end and we're moving towards a needle. I know sometimes we think like, oh, I don't want so and so to think I made money off of her. But I don't think it's that way for everyone. I specifically try to buy products from other MLMs because I love the fact that my friend is getting a paycheck from it. Like, I love that. I love the fact that I'm getting good products, most of the time very comparable to where I'd be getting them elsewhere, but my friend is getting paid for it and it's moving her business needle. And so we have to let go of the stigma that, like, oh, I don't want them to think that I'm reaping benefits from this, because a lot of times that might be exactly why they want to purchase from you, or why they may be interested, or they might just be like, yeah, I would love to help you out. So this one says, "Hey Cam, okay, so this is not usually something I do, but friend, I know you've been on the fence about these products for a little bit. I have no doubt you'll love them and see results with my help and support. But I'm also shooting for a big goal this month, and every order counts, and it would be huge for me if you did decide to start your health and wellness journey with me today. As a gesture of appreciation, I will gladly rebate your membership. With our sale of 10% off, on top of that, you'll have some hefty savings. Are you willing to jump on board?" Does I mean, to me, I've used that message countless times and I've had really good feedback. You guys, I've had someone be like, yeah, actually, I would like to try it. I've even sent it to, if you're someone who, if some of y'all have goals and you have some white lines, I have even sent this message to people who have not ordered a while and just been like, hey, I know it's been a little bit since you've ordered, but I'm pushing for a big goal this month. And it would mean the world if you made an order for Triplex, if you made an order for Slim and a couple bags of Active. I'll send you $5, or I'll send you to cover the shipping. Like, usually when you're pushing for a goal, you might have some sort of rebate you want to give them. But that is my go-to message. I'm sorry, guys, I'm yawning. Um, okay, so I wanted to show you guys. Is this my check? No, this was, oh, so this is another thing, you guys, another tool you could utilize. Raise your hand if you've seen this message or this post. The magic post. Emily Roberts talks about this post a lot. I try not to use this post quite often, but I do keep it in my arsenal. And so if you are super close to hitting a goal, or if you're like, man, I need one more to hit my 3, we always try to shoot for 3 signups. Use this, throw this up. You may get crickets, but you also may get people in your, DMs being like, hey, okay, I'm curious. Like, I want to do it. And a lot of times when you do put this up, your team members are going to go in there and be like, I'm interested. And it's going to boost the post on your logarithm because they're commenting on it. So more people will see it. I've put this post on my feed and I've put it in my stories, and I usually get a few people that are wanting to give it a go. And so the way this works is the wording is kind of fit towards when we had our old triplex pricing. So back then it was $109. And so basically you were getting Slim plus 2 products. But I have used it since then and I've not gotten any like, hey, that doesn't make sense. So I just use it because of the simple wording. And then they are getting it for less than you are because they're able to apply the 10% off code. And if you're holding a rebate offer, you could offer them that as well. So that's a really good one to use. I've seen Kinley Severns use one where it's like, I'm looking for 6 people to join me. You might go check out Kinley's page, but it's like she just posted, I'm looking for so many people to join me. So yeah, that is the magic post. And then I wanted to make sure you all saw this. Did everyone get this in their emails? Yes. So this is a really good one to message about. Get $15 off our refresh and replenish combo. So that'll be a fun one to talk about. It has the mason jar, so that's exciting. So there's that one. That's basically, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Okay. So that is basically, oh, good job. I shared it in my stories today. Oh, I did want to share my checklist. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of squirrel mode today. So that is basically everything when it comes to like messaging. Did everyone get the screenshot? Katie, I was actually thinking that when I shared it, I think it's slim and 2 bags of either active or hydrate. So I think it is over 100 PV. But I was thinking that when I was looking at it, I need to double check, but oh, Amy confirmed, yes. Okay, so I also have this for you guys. Where's that? Is this one? Yes. Okay, so let me share my screen again. I wanted to show you all this. If you all need to screenshot it, if not, you don't have to, but I made this just to kind of help you guys remember everything we covered today. So follow up with all your combos, leave them with an open-ended question. Go live about the step challenge. That's a challenge I have for you guys to do, is just go live, get in your stories, talk about 10% off, or talk about the $15 off our refresh combo. Use that magic post. And if you want to reword it, or if you want to put it on a, however, use it. Look at your post likes, look who's been liking your posts, and send them that reach out message. And like I said, get in your stories and be excited. If you're not one to be in your stories a lot, I get it. It's a busy time of year for us. I struggle with it too, but set 15 minutes aside and just get in there and show your face and talk about how much you're loving your plexus. Like, it really makes a difference to talk about it. I know it's so easy for us to snap a picture or to do whatnot, but talk about it. So yeah, this is your checklist. I'm going to check the chat really quick. Oh, good one. Is your phone not getting texts? That's a good one. Yeah, I like to hold people accountable because I'm like, we're adults. You don't have to ghost me. Alrighty. Okay. So that kind of wraps everything up. Sorry, guys, I keep yawning. It's like 9:30 our time here. That wraps everything up that I wanted to talk about. I just want you guys, with the story I shared, do not be afraid to hit it hard. Things can turn around. Make your list of people, reach out to them, have a game plan on how you're going to address it, what you're going to talk about, what vision you might want to implement to them, and always leave everything with an open-ended question. Something that I'm really excited to share about. Kate was going to get on, but she must have got held up and couldn't. Sharmi is not feeling well, so keep her in your thoughts. She has her first day of classes tomorrow too. She spiked a temperature today, so she wasn't able to get on. We are starting something really exciting in September. And we started it because, so those of you that went to convention, there's a handful of us there. I was talking to Sharmi and Kate, and I was just like, we had dinner at the very end, and we were like, where do we want to be next year during convention? And there was so many of us that were like, Emerald, I want to be a jewel. And I was just so excited and just hyped up. But at the same time, I'm sitting there being like, okay, how can I support these women to meeting their goals? Like, what is my role? Like, how can we make this better, easier, accomplished for them, where they have the support, where they're getting what they need? And so I thought about it, and so I reached out to our little jewel group and Sharmi. And so we are going to be having, it's completely optional, but they will be there. We're calling them Run to Emerald calls. And they're twice a month. And they're 2 different times. So they're the first Wednesday and the third Wednesday of the month. The first Wednesday one, I have a graphic I'll show you guys. The times aren't on there, but part of the info is the first Wednesday one is 5 a.m. So I know that's super early for some of y'all, but that is sometimes what is the best time frame for everybody, right? They can get up, get it out. That's 7 my time. So those of us on the west are on the other side of the time zone, the East Coast, it still kind of works for them. They might be driving to work. And then Leslie, we actually thought of you. We were like, well, Leslie, I think works during that time because you have night shift or you at work early mornings. So we also wanted to have a call that accommodated those who couldn't do early mornings. And so that one is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so ideally, I think it would be very beneficial to get on both calls, but we do have those different time frames. Now, what are these calls going to be like? These are not going to be like your typical training calls. We actually, so once you become a Jewel, you get access to a lot of really cool stuff. And one of them is called the Jewel page. And that's where all the Jewels live. And they brainstorm and they put stuff together. And there was a really neat post that got put up. And it was basically asking, what are your thoughts onto why some people cannot get past like senior gold onto emerald? Like what holds people from hitting emerald? And some really incredible leaders from Plexus left feedback in that thread. So we had like Melissa Eichenhorst, Emily Gibson, Jordan Roddenberry, like really top-notch leaders, Emily Roberts, that went in and left their feedback as to why people get hung up. And like these women have trained countless legs, countless gals to Jewel status. And so my thoughts when I saw that post was, okay, obviously they know, so let's focus on those things in this call. So a lot of it's going to be not your elementary style stuff that we talk about. Like we ain't going to be going over message verbiage, right? We're going to be literally talking about the things holding you back from hitting Jewel. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. A very large group of women in 1 year went from like senior gold, barely hitting ruby, to like sapphire and diamond in 1 year. Like that is life-changing growth. And they didn't do it by not doing the things. They worked their booties off. However, it shows us that it is doable. Like it's completely possible. And so one of the things that this call we kind of want to be is like a support system for kind of all of us, but also a place where like, you know, Nicole, maybe you come in and you're like, hey, I am stuck here. I don't know like what's holding me back. And we might get to the bottom of it. And it might be that you're actually not doing any personal growth. Like you're not taking the time to like read, right? Like it could be as simple as that, but that is something Jewels do. They read very often to grow their mindset. It could be really dialing into like social media and how your presence is. And like, are you at a point to where are you creating a brand? Like, or are you know what I mean? Like, just some really good leader stuff and like some really good development stuff. It's not going to be more so kind of like, you know, how what we went over just now is super duper important and very much needed. But eventually you guys, if you're not already there yet, you're going to know all of this stuff, right? You're going to know what end of the month is going to require, but then you're going to be like, okay, I need the other things that are going to carry me on to Jewel status. And that's what this call is kind of meant about. It's a little bit deeper. We'll probably try to do some more like one-on-one coaching. So like if you do come with a struggle, we're going to coach you guys through that where the rest of the group can actually watch and they may be struggling with the same type of thing, but they can like apply it to themselves, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of our plan for it. Let me show y'all the Christy Mosier is going to have a part in it as well. She's an emerald. And then Kristen Rogers is going to try to get on it. But I guess her schedule is very busy with basketball, so she was not sure. Okay, do you guys see the graphic okay? Oh, no, it says it is paused. Let me try this again. Here we go. Okay, here's the graphic. I'm going to be an Emerald. Special call for anyone who wants to know what it takes, first and third. So this says Thursday, it should be Wednesday. I think Christy just needs to edit this, but Wednesday. Um, so yeah, we're really excited about that. Yeah, that's kind of the big special exciting announcement. Like I said, it's optional, but if you are wanting to run there, I would definitely recommend getting on. So it is, it's 8:29. Let's go ahead and we'll pray us out tonight and then we'll call it good. Lord, thank you so much for this time with these amazing ladies. I'm so thankful for their passion and their determination to grow and the people that you have set in their path to help, Lord. I just pray that you give them the confidence and the ability and just all the things needed to help others, Lord. I pray that you lay your hand on their businesses and just bless them, Lord, be with them. And first and foremost, Lord, I just pray that they're a witness and a testimony to just how amazing you are. We thank you for this time. We thank you for Plexus. Please help us all to just go through the week, keeping our eyes on you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
Oh, I'll text you, Katie Sawyers.